All right. Hi, Frankie. Hi, Diane. Can you hear me okay? Good. All right. Oh, Frankie, I'm so sorry you're not feeling well. Feel better soon. Froggy in my throat. Hi, Kim. Can you hear me okay? Please let me know if you're sewing along with me today. I'm trying to see how far behind I am of everybody. I think I'm about a minute behind, or a minute ahead, sorry. Hi, Karen. Can you hear me? I hope you guys can hear me. Please let me know if you can hear me. Nice, Karen. You've been busy. You've been back to work and everything. Sounds good? Okay, perfect. Kim, are you sewing along? I know Diane finished hers already, I think. Yes. I'm hopeful we can get through the rest of it today. There's really not that much more to do. We've got all the main panels done. So we're going to try to start promptly at 4. You catching up from last week? Okay. So it may just be me sewing, which is okay. Because I think we had Kathy, if she ends up here. Hi, Susan. You're still cutting out? That's okay. That's what the replays are for. I'm currently uploading the cutting video for Wayfarer 2.0, which is the large size one. Yeah, it doesn't really go with our Wayfarer class because they do go together differently, but it will be exclusive to members until I get that tutorial done and get that tutorial launched, which won't be till the second week of April, but you guys will get the sneak peeks. Yay! It's the bag I'm making for my brother. Picking out the fabrics is half the battle, Karen. How's your wrist feeling? All of us have sore wrists, I think. I actually put in a full day of working, not necessarily, like I did some cutting and I vacuumed. Look, my floor, I got a vacuum. I got just like a little Bissell, it's almost like it's a dirt devil type thing, stand up, but because it doesn't have a beater bar, it works really well on the carpet. So it picks up all the threads and everything. So I'm happy with it. It's like $40 on Amazon. Sweet, sweet buy. Okay, so we got about 4 more minutes to 4 o'clock, and then we are going to like dive right on in because I think we can get this done. I really, really do think we can get this done today. Oh, water's over here. I'm like, I'm thirsty. So it's my youngest son Brady's 22nd birthday today. I don't know how I have a 22 and a 23-year-old sons. I don't know. And he's home, so he had two birthday parties already this week with his friends, and then tomorrow we're going to take him out for sushi. We'll give it about 3 minutes and then we're going to get started. I'm going to sit down for a little bit. I've been standing all day long. Hopefully no one has issues getting on. I know there were some issues last time. I'm just going to double check. I know Wanda. Is it just Wanda that had problems? Oh, 5 minutes left for that thing to be finished uploading. Can you guys still hear me? Everybody went really quiet. Oh my gosh, this frog in my throat. Another minute and we'll get started. Yeah. All right, so this will go fast because it looks like I am sewing alone today because a bunch of people jumped ahead, which is good. So proud of everybody when they do that. So, oh, I do need this chair. Leave that chair, Brandy. All right. So we are going to jump right in, finish up what we were working on last week. Just kind of get everything cleaned up. I'm going to switch my camera over. Hi, Cynthia. Cynthia, are you sewing along with me today? I think you're just watching. Oh, you are sewing today. Okay, so are you ready to get started with me? Are you to where we are with that back zipper pocket? Okay, so we're going to get started right off the hop. No, that's not what I want to do. There we go. Okay, so this is where we were. This out of the way. This is where we were at yesterday. So homework was to put on your nameplate and to base this pocket on, which we have done. So of course the nameplate was through just the exterior of the slip pocket. It doesn't show on this side. It was also if you were going to put something on the opposite side of, because we did the card slots together, and I went and put a slip pocket. You could have put a zipper pocket or left it blank as per the pattern. So now we're going to finish off this back zipper pocket. Okay, and I know we all know how to do this already. Let me grab my tape. Where's my smaller thing of tape? I don't know. All right, so we're going to take our zipper pocket pieces. Use clips if you prefer clips over tape. I'm going to put my tape along the long edges of, whoopsies, that's not the end. This is a new thing of tape. Where did my already started thing of tape go? It's probably in the project somewhere. Or sitting right in front of me. I don't know. All right. I just got to find the end of this tape. There it is. There it is. Okay. Let go. Don't stick to me. Awesome. Then I'm not sewing alone today. Yay, it's the Brandy and Cynthia show. Hey Dawn, are you sewing with us today? So far it's the Brandy and Cynthia show, but we'll accept friends. Okay, so you're going to take one of your zipper pocket linings right side up, your zipper with your pull on right side up, stick or clip it on to that top part, and then we're going to go ahead and sew through here with a 1/4 inch seam allowance at the machine. So I'll flip this around. Hopefully that goes seamlessly. Brady is going to let me borrow his Stream Deck to try. Okay, I gotta adjust my camera here. Bear with me. There we go. Don't shake too much. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and sew this on. Okay, I have all sorts of stuff hanging out everywhere. Hi, Wanda. Are you sewing with us today, Wanda? Okay, so now we're going to take the tape off of the other lining pocket piece and bring the unsewn side of the zipper so it's right side up. They're both right side up. Line it up and stick it down and sew it in place. Just like we do when we do overlay pockets. It's the exact same thing, just without the overlay. Okay, so still the Brandy and Cynthia show then. Okay. So that's what we got there. Just watching, you got on, no problems, Wanda? Okay. I'm just going to make sure my webcam settings stays where it's supposed to go, because I can't see my... There it is. We're good. Okay, so I'm just going to take this to the iron quickly, and I'm going to just press my zipper flat. Cynthia, let me know when you're ready to go from there. I'm not bringing it over to the table this time because I don't want power outages to happen again. Give it a minute or so. And then I'm going to give you a visual because we're going to have to decide which way you want your zipper pull to go. Done? Perfect. Oh, that's okay, Wanda. You know, you can always reach out to me. Okay, so now this is going to be on the back of the bag. So this is the back lining and this is the back of the bag. So they're going to be stuck together like this. So we want to think about which direction you want this to close on. And my zipper pull is going to be closing to the left, and this is the back. So I'm thinking if I turn this around, so my zipper pull is closing to the right. When this is on, this is me thinking out loud, when it's on here, when we flip it around, it's going to be closing to the left with everything else. Now you can have it closing whichever way you want. I just want all my zipper pulls going the same direction. So it's going to seem opposite because I want it to close that way. So this, I have it closing to the right. This way, it'll end up, all my zippers will be going the same way. You base down the edges of yours. Oh, like these edges here. I just give it a good press and it works good for me. Okay, so now we're going to take our double-sided tape, and just like we do with the overlays, we're going to put on the outside of this one. And remember, if your machine doesn't like double-sided tape, just to make sure you're keeping it 1/8 of an inch away, so you won't be going through the tape, the double-sided tape. Okay, I'm taking the paper off just the top part, and we're going to put this nice and centered, and you want to kind of feel where this is because you want this to hang over about 1 inch from where these are going to be equally on each side, and place it and stick it where you like it to be. That's a little bit, I got to go a little higher. You want to make sure that your pull isn't going to get caught on that. Got it? So Cynthia, you could do it the opposite way too, but I want them all to go the same way. Okay, once you have that done, take the tape off of the bottom part and do the same with the other side of the tape. I like the double-sided tape with this just because you have so much control on where, having that nice straight zipper for where it's going to stick down. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to top stitch all the way around there and make sure that your linings are fanning out like so. All right, you flip this over. You're doing the same way? Excellent. Okay, so I am going to pull my threads along and tie them off in the back, just because this is on the exterior and I'm using such a contrasting thread. I don't want to have that build up of thread from back stitching. Wish me luck. I'm not usually a contrast thread girl at all. I'm going to start up here. Here we go. Pivot. I'm usually not super brave to use contrasting thread. I'm not. Okay, I'm going to pull my starting thread, bobbin thread, give it a tug to pull through my top thread through to the back, and then continue. Needle down to move your zipper pull. Dave still hasn't installed my new part for me. Maybe this weekend. Okay, and then when I come around the other side, I'm going to make sure my needle lands in my starting hole so I can pull my threads through again. Pull those threads long, holding on to them so you know which one is your bobbin thread, because that can get confusing on the opposite side. Tug on that bottom bobbin thread to pull the top thread through, and then tie off with your 4 knots. Looks good. Then while we're at the machine, we're going to close up this pocket at the same time. Okay. Ouch, that was hot. Where's my scissors? Where are my scissors? Oh, Oh, they're there. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pull this downwards like so. So it looks like this. And we can see that our lining pieces are going to be too long already. So I am going to just trim them up. We want to make sure they're at least a ½ inch or more above the bottom here, because we will be binding this. So just trim them up like that. And then we're going to sew down those 3 sides. So pull your exterior up and out of the way and get as close as you can to where those stitches were that we just sewn. Top stitched. And I have to rethread my machine. I did not hold my thread back. Oh, it went down. You know why? Okay. Is that better? Can you hear me better now? It's because my microphone was over there. Let me know if it's better now because I moved it closer to me. Okay, sew this shut, but make sure you're not sewing through your exterior piece, just the lining piece. Better? Yeah, it's because I had my microphone way back. Across the bottom, and then up the other side. Again, making sure you're not sewing through your exterior piece. All right, back to the table. You hear me fine? Okay. Okay. So that's what we have, and now we want to trim this up. We've got to make sure it's away from where we will be, like at least a 3/8 of an inch away from where we will be binding this. So I'm just going to trim it up a little bit. We have lots of clearance, we'll be fine. You can hear me okay too, Dawn? Good. Okay, and that's that pocket done. So Cynthia, let me know when you're ready, and then we are going to put our main panels and everything together. I'm always trying to keep things out of view, but I fail. So thirsty today. Wow. Look at that, 4:15, and we've already got this much done. So everybody that is finished their itty bitty, please do add it to the album. Did you guys see where you can add to the album on the Facebook page? Anybody that's part of the group can add to the album. And you're done, Dawn? Or done, Cynthia? Okay. Was that an old done or a new done? I don't know. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our exterior pieces, and you have to decide which ones you want where. So I'm actually going to put my card slots on the back. So we're going to put them wrong sides together. So I have my card slot situated to the back of the bag, and I'm going to have my slip pocket situated on the opposite side of the front of the bag. And we are going to clip these together, and then we are going to baste them together. So match up your center marks. That was you done? Thank you. Clip them in place, and then we'll take these to the machine and we will baste these in place with an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Just make sure everything is nice and straight. So there's a good chance if we get to the binding part of this, I may not be able to turn the bag through with my arm. Yes, Wanda, I can now sew 4 hours a day. No more than 20 hours a week. Or 16 hours a week. So, yeah. But my arms aren't too bad. They ache a little bit, but not like they were. Like, I couldn't even lift anything with them. It was terrible. So now I'm seeing that my lining is just a little bit too big, but that's okay. We will trim that up later so it's nice and even. Just make sure it's laying nice and flat on the back here. I'm actually going to trim it up now. I'm just like got a little bit overhang. I'm just going to trim it up. There we go. Better. So sleeping with that terrible brace on is helping me. But man, I'm not sleeping very much because I can't sleep on my arm. Okay. That one's done. After struggling with the strap for the Wayfarer, I'm fine. I'm fine. I went and put heat on it right away when I was done class. And I took yesterday off. I didn't do any sewing yesterday to be good for today. Today I did do some cutting though, and that cutting video will be up shortly for you guys. Of the larger Wayfarer. So I've slowed down a lot, which is okay. I have a few holidays coming up. Not this weekend, but next weekend, I'm going to Vancouver. I will be meeting Anna and Dawn, which is going to be fun. And then the following weekend, I'm going away for my 25th wedding anniversary to Euclid on Vancouver Island with Dave. So that's going to be a lot of fun too. Okay, so I got mine all situated good, and I'm going to go ahead and baste these together. This is what that looks like. Okay. Come on, camera, click on. There we go. Oh, that's okay, Donalda. Thank you for dropping in. We like having you here. And you can always message me while you're working on it. I'm hoping we get it done today. Make sure it was caught everywhere. And it was. I'm good. Other one. It is such an easy little fast bag, hey? Oh yes, Wanda, we'll be back full time soon. I'm already feeling quite a bit better. Did Cynthia beat me yet? Need to stop for the bathroom? All right. Oops, I went a little off kilter there. I'm just going to go and touch that up. So my lining on this one is slightly shorter, but it's within the seam allowance, so I'm not worried about it. You'll catch it. All right. Yes, absolutely message me, Donalda, if you have any questions. I am here for you. Or shoot me. Whatever you like. Alrighty. So, you're back? Okay, so whereabouts are you, Cynthia? So I've got my front and the back here. This is what that looks like. We can put those aside for now. While I'm waiting for you, I'm just going to quickly go and give these a quick press just because they've been squished in my basket so long. I want them to be nice and straight. So you probably can't hear me very well for a moment. Oh, come on, iron. Almost done. Perfect. I'm just going to get my zipper pull on my zipper tape while I'm waiting. Just because I've been struggling with them so far today. I don't know why I've been having such a hard time putting zipper pulls on. See? Did not go on straight. Oh, and I'm dropping it on the floor. Oh. You probably can't see me. Yeah, you can't really see me. I have my fork situated on my workbench here. So I don't have to keep taking it on and off the table. When I was working with the Wayfarer and all the zippers, it was a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh, do you hear me well? Excellent. Okay. Whoops. So we got our zippers and our, what are these called? Zipper panel pieces. Let me just, I don't want to go too rogue from the pattern. Where are we? Okay. Did we do our D-rings already? We did not. So we'll have to do these after as well. Okay, so I'm going to use double-sided tape. We have our exterior lining, zipper tape, exterior lining. So I'm going to use tape. You can use clips if you like. On one of the lining long pieces, right side up, we are going to put tape on it. I lost my end again. There it is. On one side, we could actually, if you're doing tape, you can go ahead and put tape on long side of all 4 of these pieces right now. This is the teeniest, tiniest little zipper panel, I swear. But it's a really itty bitty bag. I guess that's why it's called itty bitty, right? go. All right. So we'll start with 2. Lining piece right side up. Zipper right side up. I've cut my zipper longer. We will trim it up later on. You can cut it the exact same length if you want to. I just always do mine a little longer. Stick it down right side up. You're more than welcome to go ahead and baste this if you want. I'm not going to baste it. I'm using my tape as my basting agent, so I am going to be taking my exterior piece and putting it right sides together with that zipper. So we are sandwiching the zipper tape in between these two. Now you want to make sure that these line up. If you've cut your tape longer like me, the lining and the exterior of the zipper panel. Oopsies. Let's stick it in place. I went a little bit off. Let me try that again. There we go. Okay, just trying to see what seam allowance she gets us to use. 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. So now we're going to take this to the machine and we're going to stitch that in place with our zipper foot on with 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Okay, let me flip this around. Okay. I mess a little bit here. Switch into that zipper foot. Zipper foot or a narrow foot if you have it. And Cynthia, please do stop me if I go too fast, okay? This way, get on there. Okay. So 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to clear that. Yeah, 1/4 of an inch. I don't have to move my zipper pull all the way, which is nice. You'll stop me? Perfect. Okay. You've been sewing with me a long time. I know that you know kind of what I'm doing already and everything. Okay. All right. So let me know when you're there, Cynthia, and then we'll do the next. Will I clean up my mess? Ooh, I'm warm. Diane, this is the perfect bag for your granddaughter. I actually made one of these, the one that's in the picture, the thumbnail. I made for, actually it was my tutorial bag too. I made for my sister-in-law's mother. So Dave's brother's wife's mother. She loved it. Hi, Elba. All right, Cynthia, just let me know when you're ready to go. How are you doing, Elba? Still having fun? I still haven't been able to get a hold of a room to give her prize for the VIP draw. I'm gonna have to try again, I guess. So if anybody sees a rube anywhere, tell her to get a hold of me. Cynthia's done? Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to take our zipper panels and we want to push them nice and tight away from our zipper tape. Now you can finger press this. I'm going to be using double-sided tape because you know that's what I do. If you're using cotton, you can definitely take it to and iron it. I have the hiccups, oh my goodness. So just stick the tape down and then push it right nice and tight against that stitch line there. Elba, I'm with ya. And then you're going to do the same thing on the lining side. And this should be almost the exact same width, or it should be the same width on both sides. I'm going to put a couple clips on these raw edges because I'm going to baste the raw edges when we go into top stitch this. Just so I'm working just with one piece. Do I want to do that? Yes, I do. I had to think about it a moment. Okay, and then we're going to baste along this bottom, up the short sides, top stitch along the top, baste, and then finish it off. Oopsies, I might gotta make sure I do this the right way around. Letting me borrow his Stream Deck to try, so we're gonna see if we can get it to work nice and seamlessly. Okay. I'm going to start about halfway along this raw edge to start my baste, just because I can do my back stitch there. The side. And then top stitch across the zipper. My tension's good, thank goodness. Got to check it, but it's good. Okay, so that's what we have. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the exact same thing with the other side. So you can go ahead and do that as well, Cynthia, and then we'll meet up when we're both done. I'm actually going to do it all from the bed here, just so I don't have to keep getting up and down. Just make sure that when you're working with that opposite side, that the zipper panels are nice and even with one another. So my lining, right side up, matching up. So I'm going to have to bring it over here. Stick it down. Just like that. Making sure it's nice and even, and it is, and do the other one on top. Match them up. Holy, I can hear Brady talking upstairs. said he's right above us, and I think he's having a group chat with all of his friends. Oopsies. That again. Okay. Let's do this. What I love about bound bags is they all go together pretty much the exact same way. Press out my seams, press these my zipper panels wrong sides together. Just rinse and repeat. The camera views are all still good. You guys like these views? Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna try to be brave, and I'm not gonna clip it in place. I'm just gonna sew it. Wish me luck. I think I'll be fine. And top stitch. Oops. Almost went too far. Like the view's perfect. Said I never would have discovered doing them if it wasn't for you guys, so you guys helped me out a lot. Okay. What am I doing? Oh yes, this. All right. So once you have that, if you cut them long, you can go ahead and you can trim up your zipper tape at this point. If you're like me. And that's what that, now look, I'm a little crooked there. You can see here, my exterior is a little longer than my lining. That would be bad cutting, but it's within the seam allowance. Oh wow, Cynthia, you're done. Sweet. We're racing, we're doing well. We sew well together. Okay, so now we are going to make our rectangular, in the pattern it's D-rings. I'm not doing a detachable strap. I am going to just connect them directly to rectangular rings rather than with the swivel clasps. So you're going to do this depending how you've done your strap. So I'm using rectangular rings. We have our halfway mark already marked on the back of these from when we were cutting, from when we cut them. And what we're going to do is, it just seemed really big to me. What the heck? I think this is what they were supposed to be though. Let me double check, just in case I cut them too big. But I think she cut them really thick, so. Why can't I find where she made these? You're using D-rings? Okay, so it's the exact same thing. I can't even find where she makes the connectors. Okay, people that have made this already, because I'm just not finding it. Did she do the connectors like fold in, and then fold like a strap like that? I'm thinking so. Oopsies, I should have put it on the end. Okay, so we're just going to make our connectors. Fold into that middle line, like so. Oh, that's what it was. Was it like this though, Dawn? That's why I can't find it. We fold into the middle, just like how we make a strap, and then fold like that. That's going to be really thick though. Or was it just 2 inches and then fold it in together? Okay, so I've obviously cut this wrong. So you only need one of these big pieces that we cut then. It should be 4 inches. I'm going to cut them separately. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, something's not right here. It's going to be really thick, especially for domestics. So draw your 1 inch halfway line. Same idea. But it may have been written like that in my pattern. I am working off of the tester pattern, and that may have been a mistake that was written in. And I never did print off the regular one. So I think that's what my problem is. So we have that. Fold these into the middle. Yeah, half only for sure. Fold into the middle. Into the middle. That should be 1 inch. And it is. Same with the other one. Yeah, I think that's what it is I had a typo in my tester pattern. I really need to learn to print off, especially when I do classes, the the finished version. She sends them to me. I just don't always print them off again. Oh, you made yours ahead of time? Okay, let me do mine really fast then. Was that homework? Am I behind the game here? Okay, let me just top stitch these. I won't go to the machine. I'm just going to go ahead and top stitch them then. One moment, please. I'll be right back. And I'm dropping it on the floor. Okay. Be right there. Okay. Here we go. Oh my gosh, look how long my threads are. Okay, so now with these wrong sides up, we're going to put a little bit of tape, or you can just use a clip if you want. Put on your rectangle or your D-ring and fold this wrong sides together, sticking it at the bottom like so. So you can use a clip. You can go ahead and baste that if you want. I'm just going to leave it like this. Okay, are you this far, Cynthia? With the hardware and everything on? Let's even this up a little bit more. Okay. Okay, so from the short ends, we want to measure in 3/8 of an inch. Draw a line with some chalk. I would actually be using my Tandy Leather pen, but I ran out of ink. I'm so sad. I have to hit Tandy Leather on my way to Vancouver, I guess. And then what we're going to do is we are going to place these, again, I'm not cut very straight here, nice and centered. So you want your D-ring or your rectangular ring to be pushing in to the inside like this. and nice and centered as you can. Line that 3/8 of an inch line, so it's hanging over 3/8 of an inch. Clip it. Same with the other side. Then we're going to take this to the machine and we're going to baste these in place. I'm not going to take it to the machine to baste because it's just basting. I'll just scooch on over there and do it quickly. Okay. So yeah, we're going to just baste those in place with 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Okay. I've got one done. I lost my scissors because they're over here. I'm losing everything, my goodness. Because I cleaned my room a little bit, now I can't find anything. It's funny how that happens. There we go. Okay. Done. Did Cynthia beat me? So close to being done. I'm going to have to switch over to my cylinder arm. I don't have to, but I'm going to because it makes my life easier. Done? Okay. So this is what we got. So what we want to do is we want to take our exterior piece and put it right sides together with our gusset. So the exterior and the exterior together. Pin that in place or clip it in place. Oops. Oh, my hand doesn't want to work. That's not a good sign. Just on one side, flip it over. And then we're going to do the same with the lining, matching up the lining side and adding it into the clips. So we are sandwiching that zipper panel. So our lining parts are right sides together and our exterior parts are right sides together, and they're going to be all included in the same seam. So there's my lining and lining right sides, exterior and exterior right sides. And what are we putting this together with? Clip in place and sew with the 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. So we'll go over to the machine and we will do that. Okay, right ways around. Whoopsies, I didn't do that the right way around. There we go. Hi, Barbara. Awesome, you're welcome anytime. Cynthia and I are the only ones sewing right now, so everyone's just visiting and watching. Some people were keeners and got it done already, which is awesome. Okay, 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. We may need a hump jumper to get up and over. Having a zipper foot on still is a good idea just because we want to, you're going to be really close to our rectangle or D-rings here. Oh, I didn't need a hump jumper. Okay. I'll flip back over so you can see what I'm doing. You feel special? It's the Brandy and Cynthia show. I love it. That's what's so great about these classes, is because you can just watch and then you have all week to get it done, or however long. I really got to get on our class show off video. I have so many pictures to put in there. So you are special, Cynthia, she says. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to bring, oh, look, I went a little off center. Look, my thing slipped. That's okay. It'll be fine. And kind of finger press it. You want to bring these wrong sides together, like so, your gusset pieces. Oopsies. Oh, look how badly I cut that gusset piece. I'm gonna, you don't see anything. I'm just gonna trim that up. And then we're gonna top stitch through here, okay? So I'm not gonna take it to the machine, but we are going, because it's just a quick top stitch right through here, all right? Good thing you don't have an industrial. Barbara, you need to get an industrial. You're in Edmonton, right? Go test drive one. Get Rodney to show you. Trust me. But I will warn you, he is a really, really good salesman. But go and play on one. See if you like it. I love my Titan 1541. I truly do. Okay. I am top stitched. Oh, Dawn, I read that you said I'm pretty mesmerizing. Done. Perfect. Okay. So now it gets a little bit trickier from here. So you can see we got our top stitching done. Now we're going to form kind of two loops. You're going to bring this side up and match it up with this side. I'm lucky mine are matching up. If you end up having to trim these to match up a little bit, that's okay. It's just a little bit. Mine are matching up though. And then, so we got that one loop. Now you're going to bring this side up and do the same thing. And then we're going to sew across that with 1/4 inch seam allowance, okay? And I'm not going to take it to the machine to sew across there because we did that already. Just go ahead and sew across there, and then I'll show you how we will top stitch this and we'll go back to the machine. All right. 1/4 inch. Okay. And we got this funky loop-de-loop-de thing happening. Dawn, you're hilarious. Get stuff ready for in a little bit. Make sure I have my rivets. Where are my rivets? Oh right, I'm using gunmetal, that's right. While I was explaining, you're done? Okay, awesome. This is standard for most bound bags with the gusset. It's so fast. Once you get used to it, it takes a little bit of practice, but it is so easy. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to bring these gussets wrong sides together. So you kind of just got to manipulate it in a way, like so. And opening up your zipper helps a little bit too. This is a really teeny tiny gusset, so, and then you got to hope that it fits. It does. Okay, so now what we want to do is we need to top stitch here. So just as, maybe I won't take it to the machine just yet, because this is easy and it'll take me longer to switch it over. So once you have this all set, you're going to just kind of hold it like this, and then you're going to top stitch through here, making sure this stays out of the way. Yeah. Okay. So go ahead and top stitch it. Feels like we're in the home stretch because we are so close to being done. my machine. Ah, where'd my thread go? I'm trying to unthread my machine apparently. For some reason I thought my gusset was too big, but it's not. Okay, get under there. And I said at the end of this, I think we're going to get this done today. We're so close to being done. So there won't be a Thursday class next week if we get this done. But we may be stealing it for our Wayfarer class because we might need an extra day. You need this red. This is the Crimson Red Pearl Vinyl from Galaxy Customs. If it doesn't fit stretch, right? Done. Okay. And then what we're going to do is you got it all stretched so it all fits. I'm going to put just a couple clips in. I can see I cut some places weird, but that's okay. Binding is so incredibly forgiving. So you want to match up these raw edges, and then we're going to baste all these raw edges together. Because it's a lot easier to work with one piece than multiple pieces. But yeah, Barbara, this is from Galaxy Customs. Pearl vinyls are my absolute 100% favorite, and this is one of them. Same with the other side. Just kind of pull it tight to make sure it fits, and it does. You're done. Stop it. You're ahead of me. Okay. So again, I won't take this to the machine because it's going to be really fast. I'm just going to baste around these edges. Actually, I just won't switch Tommy over. I'll just go like this so you guys can see me at Tiffany, okay? Because it's the switching Tommy over that is the time-consuming thing. But I can do this for these simple areas. And I'm just going to baste it all the way around. I'm losing the race. Cynthia's beating me. Speed sower. Other side. I'm getting a little chatty though, so that's probably it too. Plus, now in class we have done so many bound bags with this exact same process that I think we're all pros at it now. I know it's just been within this last year that I've learned to really appreciate binding. There we go. How much vinyl do I purchase at a time? Danelda, I always purchase my vinyl in twos. I won't tell you how much. I mean, Anna has named a box size after me called the Brandy box because I do make bags for a living and I do have clients and she is my main vinyl supplier. My orders can be anywhere from $300 to $500. So, oh, you've made this bag before, Cynthia? Okay. Okay, so now what we're going to do through all the layers is we're going to put rivets to hold our connectors. So it's going to go through the back as well. We're just going to kind of eyeball it and put in our rivets. And it's only 5 o'clock. Yeah, I just did spend $500 on Lux Vinyls. But I had really good bag sales that could fund it, so. I need to have the vinyls here for when I get an inkling to do a tutorial and everything too, so yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to need the large rivets because I am using the, let me see. Trying to decide which size rivets to use because I am using pearl vinyl here. You're not putting rivets in? Okay, well let me just quickly put mine in. just because this is a client's bag, and I know it's a little teeny tiny bag, but I also know her, and she's going to stuff this so full. Okay, I'm just going to use the medium rivets. So yeah, we are very close to being done. I can tell you now that I probably won't be turning the bag out because I think I'm going to need Dave to do it. It's just too small and my arms will not allow it, or I'm going to have to take a break and do it tomorrow. So turning out the bag will be the homework. You concur? Okay. Let me just put those in. For those of you who don't have a rivet press, game changer, get one. Trust me. Trust me. Okay. Now let me just, I think I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing, but because I haven't made this bag in a year, I just want to make sure we already did that. Okay, so she doesn't do side marks. Okay, so we want to find our top and bottoms of our gusset. You would love to see Dave. Yeah, Dave's at work. He will not go on camera. He is the most introverted person. I'm an introverted extrovert, if that makes any sense. I'm actually fairly shy, believe it or not. Okay, so we're going to match up. I'm actually going to just trim this down a little bit because this is my bag cutting, apparently. I can see the line. Okay, so these two seams that we just sewn to attach, we want to match those up, and that is going to find our top centers and our bottom centers. So you just want to put a small snip or mark there to find that center. So that's on one side. Do it again to find the bottom. And even if you mark these before attaching them, you do want to do this because even with a little bit of an off seam allowance, it can throw off that center really, really good. I'm just going to trim up. I'm just trimming off some excess lining. Do the same on the opposite side. I didn't order any clear vinyl from Anna, but I wish I had, but because we are visiting each other next weekend, she's going to bring me some. It seems like it's trending huge right now, but I don't know. All right, are we ready to get this done? I'm going to use a million clips. Let me clear this away. Okay, so we have our two exterior pieces finished. Our two main body and our line. Look how tiny this is going to be. We need to conquer drop-in linings. Susan, I hate drop-in linings. Well, only zipper top drop-in linings. If it is recessed zipper, I'm all for it. But yeah, I'm better at drop-in linings now that I have a cylinder arm, but it's really hard to teach it because I can do them on cylinder arms, but not everybody has a cylinder arm. So okay, so now we want to be very aware of where our zipper closes to, okay? So I'm just going to close my zipper up. And we want it to close to the left. So we're going to put this wrong sides out like so. I am going to do my front side first. So I have my front piece right side up. So that's the part with the flap, not with whatever pocket you put on that side. And when I put this right sides together, I can see my zipper is going to be closing to the left, which is what I want. So now I can undo that zipper to give it a little bit of give. And then we're going to match up that top center with a whole bunch of clips. Somebody help me. What's my seam allowance? Is it 3/8? Just so I don't have to go look. So I'm going to put just 4 clips in there. Whoops. Oops, oh, I broke it. And then match up the bottom centers. So we've already clipped our centers on the main panels. Dawn, help me. Is it a 3/8 seam allowance? Or Diane? Okay, and then I like to work from the top and work my way down now and just kind of spacing these out and bring it around the curves. Use lots of clips if you like. 3/8, perfect. Thanks, Dawn. Matching up those raw edges. Until you almost can't see it going around this anymore. And then I'm going to stop. And then I'm going to work on my bottom doing the same thing. And I can't go very much further there either. So that means we need to make our gusset grow. So I'm going to take just your gusset and you're going to put some little snips into that corner of the gusset to hopefully get around that corner. I hope it fits. This is always the headache part because sometimes it doesn't. We were just talking about that, Denelda. I mean, us Canadians, here, is it in the States, do you have to have a clear bag as a purse to get into any of the coliseums or stadiums and stuff? Is that a law down there? We don't have that here. So, okay, so you can see how having those snips fans it out and it helps bring it around that corner so it fits. Now this one, it doesn't look like it's going to go all the way. Like I'm going to have that little corner out, but you know what? I'm just going to snip that off. So make sure that there's no nips or tucks. Clip it in place. And then that little itty bitty bit, I'm just going to go like this. I can actually see it is an uneven cut there because my lining is shorter. So I'm just going to, I'm not even trimming off 1/8 of an inch here. I'm just making it so it'll go off of that main panel. Isn't that crazy? We were just talking about that, Dawn. Oh, I see, Denelda. Oh, Denelda, I knew you lived in Edmonton. Duh. It's because you got a machine. Okay. Do the same with the other side. Just making sure my sides look nice and even, and they do. Why do you need a clear bag, Cynthia? Just out of curiosity, why is that a thing there? Okay, I'm going to do more snips. Is it because of gun laws there? Because you're allowed to have guns? We're not allowed to have guns in our purses here. You have to get a special license, and it's only for like if you're a police officer or hunting or something. We're not gun carrying people up here. That's what I'm thinking, so people could see if there's any kind of something. Is that it? Oh, okay, Denelda. Well, I knew something like that. I'll be in Medicine Hat in October. That's where my goddaughter's wedding is. See, and once again, see how it's a little bit over? Now, that could also be because I am working with tester pattern piece. So I'm just going to trim that up to go with the shape. I very rarely have to do that, but it's even everywhere, so. Ah, that's what I thought. I mean, don't get me wrong. Lots of people have weapons here, but they're not legal. That's for sure. Sorry, I shouldn't be putting my scissors down so heavy. Okay. So once you have your million clips in this little itty bitty bag, kind of take a peek, and you want to make sure your gussets are kind of falling the same. So I can see that they're falling about 1/8 of an inch down from my top stitching in my little pocket there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to sew all the way around with 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. All right. So let me flip us around. go. Do I need to put this down just a little more? There we go. Okay. Okay, and I find when I'm doing binding ones, just keeping the zipper foot on, because it does get really thick up against here. For me, it just makes it a lot easier. Okay, I lost my tape. So because of all my industrial, I don't have any markings. There's a lovely subscriber sent me this, and it's just like you scotch tape, this measuring tape. And this is what I use as my seam guide. So I just take off about 2 inches or so, and I line one of the main inches, like the 5 here, right in the middle where my needle is. It's like washi tape, and then I can see where my 3/8 is, and I can put my thing there. That's what that is. All right, let's do this. Oopsies, needle up. Okay. And a stiletto. I'm going to use my new stiletto. It helps to get around the corners and hold everything in place too. Just go a little bit at a time. You want to make sure that you don't have any pleats or nips or tucks going in there. Ooh, this is actually really good. It's rubberized here, and it grabs onto that fabric really good. This is the Clover one. I just got it off Amazon. And then it's got a pointy side here if you need something more to bring it over with. Oops, there's a clip. Am I in the way? Can you guys see what I'm doing? So again, I'm just kind of pushing this down, making sure I have no... You know what? I do prefer my metal one. I can grab it a little bit better. I can see that one being really good with holding zipper tape though. It would just grab onto it really good. Okay, push down all those little pleats. This is such a little teeny tiny zipper panel. It's actually really surprised this client got this one, because the other bags that she gets from me are they're large sizes. Ooh, that was almost my finger. Did you guys see that? I almost sewed my finger. Oh, really? Just use your fingers? I just tried and I almost sewed through my finger. I loved my Bianni's one, but I lost it. I think it fell in my garbage and then went out. So I didn't want to buy, and then I lost this one, but I found it again. This is an awl though, it's not a stiletto. So I just bought that cheap one because I want to buy one of those fancy ones from So Magical Expo, I think. The handcrafted ones. Okay, we're almost done one side. It's not perfect. Ah. Get on there. Okay, so now I'm just going to kind of peek in on this inside, make sure everything was caught good and there's no raw edges. I'm also checking to see if I have any stressed out stitches. I don't, but I think I'm just going to go around once more with 1/8 of an inch in, just because I am using such a thick vinyl, just to strengthen those stitches a little bit. So you don't have to do that. I'm going to do that. Going 1/8 of an inch in from the stitches that I just made. Okay, and then I'm going to show you guys how I bind this. I'm not going to put the other side on just yet. I usually like to bind this side before I go and do another one. And then if we run out of time, you guys have seen the whole process and can do that other one later. So let me finish here. Okay. And then I have to put in some gray thread and stuff into my cylinder arm for my binding. Okay. One moment. Okay. So I always like to do my front first, just because I can look in on it like this to make sure everything is good. This one, if something was off, it'd be fine. I'm looking to make sure my basting stitches were done, making sure I caught everything, and I have, and that it looks nice and straight, and it does. Now you're going to see, I was not perfect here. See, I slipped a little bit, but you know what? I don't care. Because I got the basic shape. I'm just going to trim those nice and even around those corners. And then we are going to prep this for binding. Now, what kind of binding is everybody using? Dawn, I will definitely do that for you. Aw, thanks, Diane. But no, I will. You bought an expensive one? It's nice? Yeah, I will buy one for Dawn. She helps me out so much as an admin. I'll probably buy one for Karen too. Okay. Okay, so who is using waterproof canvas? Who is using bias tape? I'm using bias tape. Again, I'll put this one on after. I'm going to bind this side first, just in case we run out of time. And then it can be finished up after. Cynthia, what are you binding yours with? So I will be changing my thread to gray to match this. The reason I do that is if it's a little bit messy, you're not going to be able to see it if the thread matches the binding, or if I use my bright red thread, it's going to suck. Okay, so you're using bias tape like me. Cynthia, remind me, do you have a free arm or a cylinder arm? Dawn, I started making my own bias tape, but I can't make it as thick as I like it with the bias tape maker. It made me sad. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my bias tape. So I use extra wide. I'm going to open it right up. And I'm going to fold in that raw edge like so. Doesn't matter how much, an inch or so. And then I'm going to start clipping that raw edge right along. Which way do I want this to go? Yes, I like to start on my gusset side, because when I go to fold it over, I'm going to fold it over the main side, and I have a little more control of what it's going to look like, whereas the gusset side is going to be a little bit more hidden. Okay, so I'm going to start clipping this on. Oh, you don't have either. So it is a little more awkward to do binding on it, but it's doable. You just have to squish it. So just this one side, you're going to kind of fold the rest of it up and out of the way. Clip it all the way around. Make sure, see how I have like some trying to flip up? Don't let it do that. So I have a feeling that the other side binding will be homework, as well as the turning and attaching your straps, and then it's done. So this will be last class for this one, which means, And you know what? I may let the Thursday people in too. The last Wayfarer class, if we don't get it all done on Tuesday, we will meet up again on Thursday. But I'm going to let the Thursday people also be able to view that last class just because it is on their day. So mine is like 2.5. I do mine 2.5. It might be wide enough. I just really like mine extra wide, but my tape is 2.5 inches. I just got to try it. Just got to try it. Just gonna trim this up here a little bit. If you notice any unevenness, just go ahead and trim it up. Not your bias tape, I'm just trimming up my main panel there. Okay. So yeah, my bias tape, most bias tape done is for 1 inch or 1/2 inch or whatever it is 2 inches wide. The extra wide that I use is 2.5 inches. So, but I did make some and it was really, really nice and fast to make it that way. So I might have to learn that when I don't want to use ready-made stuff. So again, I'm still matching that all up. Now, when we come back to where we start, we are going to overlap. Like so. And we're going to cut it. And clip it. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to sew around here. Now, if you see that folded line, like where we opened it up, that's at about 1/2 inch. On mine it is. So I'm just going to go just in from that, and that'll be my 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. So you guys are going to watch me. I have to switch my cameras around a little bit here. I got to figure out how I'm going to do this. So I might move that camera because I took my Tommy camera off of the stand. So you guys get to watch me finagle this, and I have to thread my machine. I should have done that before. So let me put this up to my face. There we go. We got Tommy back here, and I have to switch my chairs out because he's taller and I need to use my other one. Let's see how terrible this is going to be if I go like this. Ooh, see, this is the new one I bought, so I could have it over my shoulder so I quit bumping it. So I'm going to hook it to Tiffany and see if I can get it to look on the way I want it to. Bear with me. Usually I have it on the stand, but I forgot I was going to be using Tommy today. Okay, let's see how that looks. Oh, was it a bit wide for this bag, Dawn? Oh well, it'll be fine. Okay. Bear with me. Ooh, there's a good view. So I think you'll be able to see what I'm doing right there. I've got to turn on some lights. And I need some gray thread. I have one right there. Let me just get him all prepped up here. Can you guys see that okay? I think that'll work okay. How is that? Will that be an okay view? You might not be able to hear me too well because my back is going to be to you. Oh. I didn't realize I'd be using a different color thread. I totally could have been ahead of the game and had this done. It's perfect? Okay, great. Now let's just hope that my back doesn't block that camera. Now the reason I bought my cylinder machine, I definitely didn't need it. It was more a want because it's the exact same machine as my 1541. But because I bind so many bags it just makes it that much easier. So, but now I gotta change my bobbin. The bobbin mechanism is a little bit different. It's a drop-in one. We do have the time. I said we're not going to bind the other side of the bag today. Well, you can if you want to, but yeah, as long as I can get all the steps down, then I think we are good to go. And I definitely won't be able to turn it out. There's just no way I'm going to be able to. I'm going to have to sweet talk Dave when I'm all done. And he'll do it for me, or one of the kids. Okay, now you guys get to see how I change my thread and everything in my machine. Isn't this exhilarating? Aren't you glad you came today? Tommy has had his spa day though. I do on Sundays. I oil my machines and I service them myself, clean them all up. I do take them to be serviced once a year. I've only had Tommy for 1 year and I've had Tiffany for 2 years. And if Barbara, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, my 1541's name is Tiffany and my other one is Tommy. Okay. I'm almost there, I promise. I don't use this one very often, especially in class. Except for when we do round wigs. Doesn't matter if I can I do this with the pressure. Sorry if you're seeing the side of my head. Get in there. Usually I don't have problems starting my machine, but I know you're all watching me. I know you totally see the back of my head. There we go. We're in. Okay, I'm ready. Pull up my bobbin thread. Good to go. Oh, did she? Must be nice. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to see the chat because I'm going to have my back to the camera. I am going to double check that you can see me okay. I want to make sure. I'm not, okay, good. I'm not blocking it. Alrighty. So I'm going to start going around. Can you guys see that okay? I think that's a good view. I'm impressed. Oh no. I had my thread all wrapped around something it shouldn't have been. I think it'll be okay. There it goes. I can tell you that this machine was a lot more expensive than the other machine though. Quite a bit more expensive. I can see I've threaded it wrong too. Oh man, I missed a section, but it's fine. Oh, Cynthia's done. Darn you, Cynthia. Go ahead and do the other half of the bag. Or did you do the other half already? I spent all that time threading my machine. I love it. I love that you were so comfortable with the binding. That makes me happy because that means I've done my job well. Getting everybody on the binding train anyways. Okay. That part is done. Oopsies. What did I do? Turned off Tommy. All right. You're done with both sides of the binding. Well then, now I'm just doing it by myself. Okay, so that one side is done. Cynthia's all done hers, so it shows you how easy binding gets as you practice. So now what we want to do is on this section here, you can have it, see it's how it's folded under. Kind of want to spread this out so we can fold these kind of as one. So that's enclosing the raw edge of that one side. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to pull it over this other side. Oopsies. Actually, you can kind of go around first to make sure it's going to fit all the way around. And that everything was caught. And I'm caught good everywhere, which is good news. And this is where we want to take the binding. And this is folded over. And you can see where my sewing lines were there. You sew clip on both sides at once. I usually do too, Cynthia. I just really wanted to make sure I could get through this today. So, and then I'm going to clip this in place so it's just sitting over top of that stitch line, so it's hiding it. And that is a perfect 3/8 of an inch, so that worked out good for me. Go ahead and clip it all in place. And this is the side where the cylinder arm machine is really mine isn't for the industrial machine. I didn't get one, Donelda. I just bought a bias tape maker. Rodney was trying to sell me some, but they're so expensive that I just couldn't. I just couldn't. And I wouldn't even know how to use them. And it's kind of like your rivet press, how you'd have to buy different... You have to buy the main mechanism to attach to your machine, which you screw on the industrial machine. And then you have to buy different feet and different mechanisms depending on the size of your binding. Like, yeah. So I think I'm just going to stick with doing it this way and not... And it's only for raw edge. He doesn't have a clean edge one. Okay. So this is where I can see where Dawn meant that this binding that I use is a little bit too wide for this, but that's going to hide in that crease, so it's okay. I'm just going to kind of pinch it up. So I probably could have made my own bias tape with this. But yes, Donalda, Rodney does have some for the machine, but super costly. But I would definitely go visit him. I'm going to go to Edmonton, hopefully in the fall maybe, and visit him, and I told him I wanted to play with it before purchasing because it was just so expensive. I mean, I'm still paying off my cylinder arm, right? So I bought Tiffany with cash, but then severance package actually from losing my job. But then yeah, yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and right along that folded edge there, we're just going to top stitch it all the way around with an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance, which works out to be about a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. So let me flip this over to Tommy and do that. Okay. I'm just going to fix this because I didn't thread it right. Now you guys get to watch me rethread my machine. Oh my gosh. I don't know what I would do. I'd have, oh, I guess I could get a needle threader if my eyesight ever went. Sorry. Oh, there's Dexter. He's barking at the door. Listen to him being all mouthy. Maybe after this, if I have time, I'll bring him in and I'll show you guys how big he's gotten. He's gotten really big. Sorry if you're seeing my head. Okay. Let's finish this up. Okay. So I'm going to start right about where my two bias tapes, or my two ends of my bias tape joined. And I'm just an 1/8 of an inch away along that fold. Oh, what am I trying to break? Oh, something bound up in there a minute. It's okay now though. I don't know what that was. Tommy was mad at me for something. Feels okay on the other side though, so I'm okay. So you can see binding is not scary at all. This bag is really good for learning how to do binding because the layers aren't very thick because it's got very minimal interfacing in it. It gets a little bit harder when you bind with foam, especially on a domestic or a heavy duty, but it's completely doable. Is he behaving on that side? Yes, he is. I can tell he wants a little bit of oil. So he's kind of clanky, so I'll have to oil him again. He's been sitting. Sorry, I can't see the chat. I'll catch up in a moment. And she's done. I think I have a bobbin that's wound funny too, so I think that's why it's making that sound. But it did okay. All right. Okay, so that's one side bound. Kind of go around, make sure. You can see how it's covered up all of my stitching, so it's nice and clean. This side, it didn't necessarily, but that's okay. Nobody's going to see that. The binding adds amazing structure to a bag too. So you kind of go around, make sure everything was caught. I'm going to look on this side and you can see, you'll get an idea at how amazing this is going to look when we turn it out. So then all that's left to do, and I said, I'm not going to do it right now. My arms are getting a little bit sore. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to do the same. Put it right sides together, clip all the way around, do the exact same thing, and then you're going to turn your bag out, which I'm definitely not going to be able to do. So, and then your bag is done. You put your hat and your straps on and you are done. Any questions about that at all? I can totally go and clip this on while I'm talking to you guys, but it's just the exact same process all over again. Isn't this a fast bag? Like so fast. Who wants to see Dexter? Since we're finished 15 minutes early. See, I'm just clipping it on. This is all you do. Super easy. And the husband will be so happy when I get him to turn it out for me. You love his little bark? It's piercing, his bark. Okay, let me grab him. Let me see if I can get him to come in. Let me turn my machines off first so he doesn't step on the pedals because he's a going concern. Dexter! Dexter, come! Hi, Titus. Dexter! Dexter, come! Not a baby. Come on! Come on! Your friends want to see you. Come in. Come on. So Dexter's the same size. Come on! Don't be scared of the room. Coco's coming too. Come on, Coco and Dexter in. Oh, don't bark. We're going to do the Coco and Dexter. Oh, I know. Hopefully that is not making things crazy. Let me get the camera to put it down towards them here. 1 second. I'm going to use the Tommy camera. All right. Sorry, don't mean to make you dizzy. So there. Can we see? There's Dexter. Hi, Dexter. Coco, come here. There's Miss Coco. Hi, Coco. Here's my baby. Oh, I know. Oh, shh. There it is. There. Okay. Shh. Sit. Quiet. You're too noisy. Oh, Coco. Okay, now let me put them back out of the room. But those are them. Whoopsies. Those are the babies. Now they're quiet. Isn't Dexter big though? There he is right here. Look how big he is. Come here, Dex. Look how tall he is. Dexter, touch. Yes, good boy. Good boy. He knows tricks. Dexter, touch. Dexter. Hey, touch. Touch my hand. See if you can do it again. Dexter, touch. Yes, good boy. He's big. And he's chewing on me now. Oh, yay. Cynthia got her retail drop from Galaxy Customs. All right. Okay, let me put them out because they're going to bark. Okay, babies. Out you go. Here you go. Go back upstairs. All right. Any questions about the bag at all? He's a big boy and he's only 5 months old. The vet says he probably won't stop growing till he's about 18 months old, but he is the same size as Coco now. Like same height. It's crazy. All right, so while you guys work on your itty bitty bowlers this week, again, this one is almost done. I will finish up the binding of the other side. I will get Dave to turn it out, and then of course I'll give pictures. This is my client's bag. I think she's going to absolutely love it. I have to make her a matching mini classic zip around wallet to go with it, so that should be fun. But yeah, did you guys like this class? Again, this is a really fast bag and it sells well. And it doesn't cost a lot to make, which is amazing. So, and it's really, really amazing to practice binding. Absolutely. All right. Curious Barbara, what do you think? Susan and Barbara are new people, so yay. So there will be no itty bitty bowler class next Thursday because we are done. As you get through the bag, make sure you post them on the page, or if you can figure out how to get to the album, do that, or send it to me and I will post it up. So next week, Tuesday, for those that are in the Tuesday class, we're going to get through as much as the Wayfarer as we can. All right, Barbara had to go for dinner. We'll get through as much as the Wayfarer as we can on Tuesday. And then for the makeup class, if we need more time, we will do the Thursday slot. But we are inviting our Thursday friends in to watch that last class as well, seeing as we are going to take over their day. So I think that's only fair to do that. And the company and the encouragement's always a lot of fun. So Thursday, people, next Thursday, if you want to join us to see the last class of the Wayfarer, if we don't get it done on Tuesday, you're more than welcome. I believe I sell this one for $165. I can tell you exactly what I sell it for. Actually, I'll look at her invoice here. 1 second. Do I have her invoice here? Yes, I don't. Let me look at my phone. I believe I sell it for $165 Canadian. I'll tell you exactly what I sell it for. This one I make money on, so. Where are we? What's my business name? There we are. I have to go into my client mode rather than my teaching mode. You're excited to finish this one? Okay, let me find my pricing here. Itty bitty bowler, where are you? Okay, so I do sell this one for $165 because she ordered spoon flower fabric and used Galaxy Customs vinyl. It was a $40 upgrade because that covers my extra costs from using the more expensive vinyl and for ordering spoon flower for her. So she spent like almost $220 on this little bag. She's a really good client. But yeah, so my starting is $165 if I'm just using regular priced vinyls and regular priced, like I usually price my bags, my vinyls and my cottons at $20 a meter, depending what you need for it. But yeah, my spoon flower, it's an extra $30, mainly because she ordered the canvas spoon flower, which is a little more expensive, as well as it is more expensive to order from spoon flower, and then there's the shipping and stuff on top of that. And then the Galaxy Customs vinyl, I charged her an extra $10 because it was more expensive than most of my vinyls that I usually use. So always have a base price, and then you can always offer upgrades. So that's what I do. But yeah, I sell this one for $165. Now at market, if I have never actually carried these ones in stock. I've only done custom ones and charged that amount. When I don't do custom bags, I charge a little bit less. So anything that is a ready-made bag is a little less because the clients aren't choosing their own fabrics and that kind of thing. So not much. But at markets, I usually will drop everything down. I say when I go to markets that my market prices are at friends and family pricing, which is 15% off of my usual selling price. So this one, say I was at market, friends and family pricing for this one would be $165, take away $25, $140 for friends and family pricing. So I just find at markets, people don't like to spend more, but if you write on your tags, I could go retail, regular price $165, market price $140. People are like, ooh, sale. So that's my trick anyways. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 11 bags in stock right now. And that's including all the ones I've made the last couple months. So I'm doing pretty good. Oh my, that is super cheap, Cynthia, but how much does it cost you to make it? So mine is usually like, yeah, does it only cost you $10 to make it? I usually do my supplies times 3. You are underselling yourself, Cynthia. You should take your supplies and at least minimum double it. I see. You need to find a really good custom base. I make most of my money from my custom orders. I don't do a lot with market, but custom orders. And then I always find that my ready-made bags, the ones that don't sell, like as soon as I post them, they will go when I do a sale. So yeah. Yeah, this itty bitty bag, I still don't believe she spent $210 on it. And she ordered a matching wallet too, so that was an additional $60. That's Canadian prices for us too, Cynthia. Keep in mind, I'm Canadian, so our dollars seem a little bigger than yours. Anyways, any questions? Did you guys, I really hope you guys liked this class. It was a lot of fun. I said I will, I can tell I've done too much. It's hurting. after this class is done, I'm actually going to post the Wayfarer 2.0. So that's the big Wayfarer. It is a little different than the smaller Wayfarer. I've got the cutting video done today. See, I did too much. So that is going live to members until I release that tutorial. Wayfarer 2.0 tutorial will be released on the 7th and 8th to the public side. And then the sling is this Friday. No, next Friday. 31st and 1st will be the sling tutorials. So yeah, but you guys, as soon as I get a video done, I've decided I'm putting it up to the Beans Peeps Club, which is the $5 membership and up, just so I have it already up there, and then that just is an added benefit for those of you that are paying for a membership to be able to see everything early before I do it. My goal is to be posting a cutting video on Fridays, and then the corresponding tutorial on Saturdays to the YouTube or to the public side. So I'm trying to get a backlog of things. So I'm a month and a half ahead. So I'm not stressed out so much and working so hard and killing my arms. So yeah. And yeah, no breaking even. At least double it. People will pay. If they don't pay, they're not your right clients. Yeah. All right, well, it is 8 minutes to 6, so we're a little bit early again. Go ahead and finish this bag. I wish Cynthia was here so she could just show her finished one, because I bet she turned it out already too. I will finish this up tomorrow morning. That'll be my little bit of sewing that I do. And then, yeah, and then she's done. I'll get Dave to turn it out. It's his day off tomorrow, so he'll be able to help me finish it off. Oh my, I gotta go back to Chicago. Wanda, I am doing, okay, so for the Thursday classes, that is for the Wayfarer style number 2. So I'm doing tutorials for all 4 styles of the Wayfarer. So I've already got the Wayfarer Sling style 2 done. That's the tutorial you guys have all seen. That's the one with the 2 pockets. I'm still going to have to make a tutorial on the style 1, which is the one I'm actually making in class, but I'll have to make another one. So style 1 is what I'm doing for this tutorial of the larger one. And then the one that's being voted on is the Wayfarer 2. They go together differently, so all 4 of them deserve their own tutorials. So that's what will happen. I don't think it's going to win though. If your large Wayfarer wins on Thursday, since you just had the class on Tuesday. The large Wayfarer goes together different. That's why I didn't make a large. I was going to make a large Wayfarer for my class bag, but it was so different from the small one. It's similar, but it's different. But I don't think it's going to win. Let me see what's winning right now. Let me look. I know a lot of people on the Thursday side really wish that they had the Wayfarer on that, so but it wasn't leading. So right now, bear with me. Okay, so on Tuesdays for May, we have the Penny In by Chris W. Designs at 36%. I'm super honored for that because she hasn't let anybody do a tutorial on it yet. She had a private class on it, and she's letting me do a tutorial and a class with it, so that's awesome. And in second place for the Tuesdays, the Selah by Sewing Arts. I'm pretty sure the Penny In is going to win, which is nice because it is a wallet. We haven't done a wallet class in a long time, so it'll be nice. It'll be a treat if that one wins. Cynthia, there are 2 sizes. There's 4 different patterns. There's the Wayfarer Sling Backpack, which is the one we're doing in class, and then there's the Wayfarer 2.0, which is a larger size that fits a computer. So, and they all have different pockets. Thursdays, we have the Mabel by Swoon at 27% and the Wayfarer 2.0 Large Style 2 at 22%. But trust me, they do go together differently. I was hoping Sewing Arts would win too. I don't think it's going to, but I will tell you guys, I am going to do the Selah tutorial for the beginning of April. So there will be one. There will be a tutorial for you next month for sure for that one because I'm excited to do them. So yeah, Cynthia, there are. Let me show you. So this is the one I'm making for my brother right now. This is the Wayfarer 2.0 style too. So it's got the one main compartment, and then it's got different pockets here. And then the Wayfarer style 2 has the 2 pockets and a bunch of different pockets. So yeah, these were all, you could get them all as a bundle or purchase them separately, but they're all different and they go together different. Yeah, Wanda, I was surprised too, because I just assumed that they would all be the same, but they're not. So, I mean, this one was requested, so it was nominated for the poll, so I will do it if that happens. But it is different, and there's some new techniques. So I'm working on that one right now. That's the one I have just cut out and did a cutting video on, so I'm going to let you guys have it so you can see it. So, and because I didn't do a class on how to do the double pockets, that will just fall in great if it wins for May as well. I'm going to be so done doing Wayfarers by then. But I think the Penny Inn is going to win, and I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of hopeful it does, because it will be really nice to do a wallet. I've had many people saying, I wish we could do something smaller, so yeah. So yeah, for the Sewing Arts, when June nominations comes up, make sure you nominate them again. When July rolls around, there will be no live classes, but I'm going to have pre-recorded classes that will release on those days. So I don't know if those will be voted in bags or just bags that have come really close seconds that I will do. Like if the Sela or if any of the Sewing Arts ones don't come in, the July classes may be a Brandy's choice. But they will be pre-recorded, so you guys will still have your classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. July, you'll still be able to reach out to me if you need help with those classes. I'm just not going to be doing any live classes. I'm going to need a break, and I'm going to be traveling a lot in July. So it's just easier for me to do that. So July and December's, those are the 2 months that will happen. This last December, I did absolutely nothing, but I didn't feel good about that. So I'm going to pre-record classes so everybody still has them, and it'll still be the same format on each day. So the Tuesday and the Thursday, 2 hours each day, and they will go at such and such times as the classes are. So you guys will all still have it. Cynthia, wallets are fun. So if the Penny Inn wins, it could be really good. All right, any other questions before we call it? So happy almost all of you have been a member for so long, so it's great. You'll be on vacation those days? I'll still be doing classes in June and August and July, but I will be filming July's classes in June. And then September, the classes may be shuffled a little bit depending on, it depends on the dates that I'm going to be with Anna in Florida. So awesome, Wanda. That is kind of feedback I want, because I'll be honest, it had hurt my pocketbook a little bit because I did lose about 15 members in December when I didn't have the live classes. And I'm not going to lie, the classes are a good chunk or a good half of my income, and I mean, everybody needs an income, right? So I'm just trying to find ways that will retain some members through those days, but at the same time I need time off too, right? So that's another reason why I'm working ahead on tutorials, because I'm hoping I won't have to film any tutorials in July. It'll just be, actually I don't even have client bags in July. It would just be nice to take July off of sewing and go camping and all that stuff. So I'm still doing all of the work. I'm still getting all of that stuff done. It's just I'm doing it before July so I can have it all scheduled in to launch to you guys. So it's seamless for you guys, but I get time off. I will be at Sew Magical Expo in September, yes. So if you get to see me in September, you do, Elba. We'll take a picture. We'll make everybody jealous. And Anna will be with me as well. I was talking to Lauren. We're excited to meet each other too, finally. We've been friends for a couple years now, so I'll finally get to meet Lauren. I don't think Kasai is going, but still, it'll be fun. I'm not teaching though. I'm going to enjoy it. So, yeah. I don't think I could teach down there. I think I would need a work visa or something. Like, it's just too complicated. So I'm just going to go and enjoy it. And Anna and I will reach out sooner once we have our dates. We might set up a meet and greet at Sew Expo. So Cynthia, you're going to Tennessee? Nice. All right, well, I'm going to go and make Brady his favorite birthday dinner. He wants sloppy joes and tater tots. So I guess I should go and make him his birthday dinner. Dave should be home any minute. And then, yeah. Actually, I think I have to go buy some sloppy joe sauce because I don't make it from scratch. I'm not a good cook. All right, so yeah, thank you, everybody. This is great. Again, this will be the last itty bitty class, and Wayfair is going to take over next week for both days. Everybody have a great night. Shoot me messages if you have any questions, and I will catch you guys later. Okay, good night, everyone. Bye.